2 steps for snowboard carving turns. Step 2. We learned how to carve for the bottom half of a turn in Step 1. Here, we will learn how to carve for the upper half of a turn in this step. This upper half of a turn might be a challenge since you must start turning with your downhill edge without skidding. This is actually the same challenge that beginners are facing. But this time, you will require stronger balancing skills because we can't get a stronger footing due to poor centrifugal force in this phase. Okay, let's start it from flatter beginner slopes. Just as what you did in Step 1, you can start drawing a shallow, thinner turn arc on the snow by following these points again. Start from sliding down the hill straight. Make an edge angle with your front foot pushing down your toe and heel. Make sure that you are minimizing your rotational movement while sliding. Check if your ankles are bent and knees are above your toes. This time, you can flatten your board before changing edges to the other side. Then, push the other side of the edge down to start making an edge angle again. Try to keep your gaze pointing towards the nose, so you can prevent adding too much rotational movement. It will cause your board to spin and skid. Focus on pushing your front toe or heel down to make an edge angle here. If you try to make an edge angle just by leaning your body inside rather than pushing your front toe and heel down, you will be off axis and lose your balance easily since you are at a beginner slope with slow speed. This is the reason why I mentioned that you should visualize your back foot sliding straight down the hill in Step 1, as it will prevent leaning your body too much inside. To help push your front toe and heel down, moving your front shoulder and hip over the edge will be required. Therefore, your body will be rotated slightly to the direction of the turn. But try to minimize this rotation by moving them only between right and left edges. Please remember that the purpose of this step is learning carving for the upper half of a turn. What you want to focus on here is that you stay balanced on the one edge without skidding until your board is pointing downhill. So don't forget to check if your board is skidding or not skidding, especially in the upper half of a turn after drawing a few turn arcs. Now let's move on to the steeper beginner slopes. This time, you're going to go across the hill, but by using both edges. You will draw a winding path all the way to the other side of the slope. We call this garland. Start going across the hill either on your toe or heel edge. While moving to the side with slow speed, try moving your front shoulder and hip over the downhill edge and push your toe or heel down. But try not to look downhill and minimize your rotational movement to prevent spinning and skidding your board. What you do here is exactly the same as what you did on the beginner slope. After your board starts pointing downhill, switch your edge to the other side by pushing your other side of the edge down. Repeat this all the way to the other side of the slope. Please remember that you are drawing a thin winding path with your edges here. So, either on the toe or the heel edge, you should check if your knees are above the toe edge all the time and that you are making enough edge angle. If you keep seeing skidding on your path, go back to Step 1 and learn the difference between skidding and not skidding. If you are steady doing this garland exercise without skidding on both the toe and heel sides, try to do garland again, but this time, keep pushing your toe or heel until your board is pointing downhill straight. Your arc drawn with your edge on the snow might be bigger, but try to be patient to avoid spinning your board, and keep your balance over the one edge without skidding. Check your path, and if there is no skidding you see, it's now time to draw a half circle without skidding. Start it just as a garland. When your board is pointing downhill, you can flatten your board once. When your board is flattened and pointing downhill straight, this means that you are at the neutral position and you can start either toe or heel side turns. Therefore, it's your choice which way you go, but try to push down the same edge and start the bottom half of the turn so that you are almost making a half circle of a carving turn. Repeat this exercise until you confirm that your upper half of a turn is not skidding. Now, for people whose board is not skidding up to this point, you can keep standing on the one edge and complete drawing a half circle. And you can link both toe and heel side turns, but after controlling your speed by turning your board 90 degrees to the slope. Congratulations! Now you learned the carving turns. To step up your carving turn, you can try these. Change your edges quick by steering. Make a stronger edge angle when starting a turn. Add more pressure to bend your board with the angulation. We will talk about these key points in another video soon. Here, we can review the key points. 1. Learn the difference between skidding and not skidding with your body. 2. Check your path every time and sync your actual performance and your feeling. 3. Minimize your rotational movement to avoid spinning and skidding your board. 4. Keep your knees over the toes. 5. Start turning by pushing your toe or heel down instead of leaning your body inside. And 6. Be patient to not spin your body and board into the direction of a turn. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and feel free to leave your comments below. Learn the world's best scientific coaching method based on coaching national level athletes. Watch all our tutorials by subscribing to the online training program from our website. Snowboard Dojo Wiz, your snowboard coach from Canada.